started and then put them back into a position where they can get to the misery. Right.
When was she last fired up? Last summer?
Yeah. All that we did really was checking the antifreeze.
Yeah.
So we did go in November time. We went through the cars and checked the antifreeze.
I mean, the thing was, we weren't expecting
or drove them
lockdown.
down.
Yeah, that's. Plus, there's no heating on in here,
No.
so you have to make sure the antifreeze is all right.
Okay, and that applies to all the vehicles that are runners.
Yeah, all the vehicles. Some they just drain off. This is put up.
Yeah.
So this will have antifreeze in it. But the ones that could be used, they put antifreeze in. But it is better to have antifreeze in because it's an inhibitor, especially with aluminium heads.
Okay.
Because the water can react, ordinary water will react against aluminium heads and steel glass blocks.
Okay.
So it's good to have antifreeze in there.
Yeah.
So it should just go, shouldn't it? If
Well,
we get some fuel in that bowl.
The trick is to put some fuel in here.
So do you want to just
Might found the fuel.
see if the pumps on?
Oh, that's off. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Solves the problem. I'll top that up again.
Yeah. That's probably not long enough.
So Debbie, what made you get involved in the maintenance team? Is this something you've always been involved in?
Yes, it is really. I came here 2009. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want a steward. And I used to come in on a Wednesday, so I spent quite a lot of time in the hangar with the guys in there. And for some reason I came in on a Thursday and got caught up with the motoring team. They'd been tasked with moving all the signs around because the entrance had moved from the Campbell Gate to over there. And they couldn't make head and tail of the Excel spreadsheet, so I sort of got involved in that. And I've been with them ever since, really. And yeah, it's great.
Good choice?
So, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, my dad was a mechanic. He used to take me down the garage when I was very small. Fortunately, he died when I was quite young, but I've always kept an interest in cars anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, it's a perfect fit, really.
Yeah,
and then
great.
from then, I got involved in outreach, and then also help out with car rides as well. So, yeah, it's been good.
It works.
Yeah.
Great. So how many days are you normally down here on a week?
Normally, it's just a Thursday.
Yeah.
But if I do car rides, I'll usually come down on a Wednesday
Yeah.
and help them out. And then, of course, if you get an event as well, it can be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or whatever.
Yeah,
it
it
can
is.
be.
Yeah.
So, what we have been doing during lockdown, or before, was actually coming in on a Tuesday as well, because the museum was shut then, so it gave us a bit more space to move around with cars. And,
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Good.
But at the moment, it's a question of they want the PA over here, the MG 1212. They're the ones they want to run,
Yep.
and the Lagonda. So we're probably going to have to move the Colonial Terraplane out so we can position these further over,
Okay.
and then obviously move that one from there.
And that's this morning's work, is it?
Yeah, and then the tricky one is the M-Type, which is in the back of the Jackson shed.
Okay.
And that's quite tight to get that out, but we can. What you can see is do that later.
Yeah. Fine. Good.
But we'll get them running, give them a bit of a run around, and then try and put them back wherever David wants them to go.
Yeah. Fine.
Did you say he's in today, David, or is he still at jury service?
Alex, no, I don't think he's in today. I'll give him a call and wake him up.
Mhm.
Tell him the 18th here.
charge. We'll charge it where we're going.
So this car actually belonged to one of our motoring team members who sadly passed away about 18 months ago. And he actually ran it here at Brooklands. It took part in a lot of the trials and stuff like that. Yeah, so his daughter's been learning to drive it. Had a little bit of a problem with the clutch originally, didn't she? But I think she's got the hang of it now. So
Yeah.
She's a lovely car, isn't she?
yeah, it's a beautiful car. Yeah.
He built it up as a replica of the double 12 that did race here before,
Okay.
back in the day, as you
Yeah.
put it.
Yeah.
So it's a fairly faithful copy. I mean, it's a genuine M-Type, but this colour scheme is a copy of the 1930s colour scheme.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Where's the isolator?
There's a switch somewhere, I think.
The petrol thing up here.
Petrol there.
So what?
Is she going to come out as well?
Possibly, yes.
Lovely.
I'm just doing the cleaning side of things.
Okay. Bit of a dust down, is it?
Well, yes, because they've been standing here for a while, and obviously there are certain things, that have been used prior to the exhibition closing. We just make sure they look pristine for the public to have a look
Yeah.
at and see
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Plus the age of the cars, it's always keep a good maintenance on them and make sure that their tyres are pressurised, because they're standing straight, they then get flat spots and various other things. There's two of us that look after the cars. There's a maintenance team that look after all the mechanical side and pressures, and I look after the body work and cleaning and making sure they look concours.
Yeah. That's quite a job. How many cars have you got?
In the collection, I suppose, there's three areas basically. We've got the cars which are in here, we've got the ones which are in the other side, and then the Jackson. They change, because a lot of these cars are privately owned. So we have a mixture between the people who actually own the cars, take them away, bring them back, and use them. But on average, I suppose we have about 50 cars.
Yeah.
But, it's quite nice that we've got various cars that go off race, come back.
Yes.
Whereas we do own quite a few now. Where the one we've had here, which was in a barn, and the owner decided that he can look after it and gave it to us.
Oh.
So it's quite nice.
So that was refurbished when it arrived here.
That's correct, yes.
What a lovely present.
We were very lucky to get cars which were classic cars.
one more air coming through. That's it, that's settled down.
Backfiring or anything like that?
There's a little bit of backfiring when you're when it's still cold, really. But once it starts to warm up, then it starts coming to its own, and it'd be nice to go down the M25 with it. It's got to be something in the 4 litre mark by the power that's there.
So it should be fairly nippy then.
Oh yes, yeah. It's an old car. I mean, the layout, the foot layout is accelerated in the middle, and rated on the right, back on the left. So you just have to remember that. When you go to accelerate, you're not braking.
Yeah, always a good thing to remember, I think, on this. It looks really nice.
When you go to stop, you're not accelerating.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the museum reopening again, so the public can come in and see these cars yet again.
So we reopen, is it a week tomorrow?
Yes, it is, yes.
I've got a few more cars
But it's nice for you to get back, isn't it?
Well, it's nice to see the collection and see how they are, because they've been locked down for a while.
Yeah.
So we have obviously the general kind of upkeep of the cars to make sure they're still in pristine condition.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any water damage or over the time.
Has there been any problems over winter?
No,
regarding water ingress?
been very good.
Yeah.
The MGPA belongs to one of our committee members' family. I believe it's been at the museum for the best part of 20 years, maybe more. And we only got the go-ahead to actually bring it back to running order in the last 18 months or so, really just before we went into lockdown. So it's had a few things wrong with it. It's still got a bit of an oil leak, but it tends to run quite well. So we'll give it a go, see if we can get it started. There's a battery everywhere. Never put the batteries in the easiest of places.
Do you think I should go over there first?
Yeah, that's it. There's certainly a flat tire on the back. Did John put an isolator on this, or is it still?
I have no idea.
What about this one?
I think possibly that. No, that's lights, isn't it? Which did you say? This one?
No,
No,
actually not.
no,
I can't hear any ticking.
no. Pull up. Pull up.
I mean, it's got to be in easy reach, isn't it? It can't be too far away.
One of those must be out. If see, that's a light switch, isn't it? Speed on.
Is it anywhere near the fuel tank then, do you think?
Just checking the battery's connected.
What does this do then?
I know it's a silly question, but it's not.
Well, that's what we were actually looking for. We thought it might be
Can't
this.
find that either.
That doesn't seem to do anything.
Well, I thought that might be the ignition, but that's obviously a lie. There's a button in the middle here. Oh, so we got some power.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have to phone John off. It doesn't sound like there's
I
any.
wouldn't
No,
say
I-
there's any fuel coming.
I'm not convinced we've got power to that coil. But, it is directly wired to the fuel pump, so if one's on, the other should be on.
I can't hear any petrol in there.
We haven't got a dippy stick, have we?
If you listen,
That's the one in the what's it?
But then the pump would be ticking, wouldn't
it'll
it?
go mad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
Oh.
was this your dipping stick, Malcolm?
Was that?
Well, it doesn't. That would do. That looks like a cube.
Well, I can see fuel in there.
Okay. Well, what about?
So,
What about sticking a bit in the
let's try
in these bowls?
2.
Oh, doing a bit of fencing, lovely.
You've got to have a way of switching off your ignition.
Yeah.
We're having a
From-
few
from
problems
the
trying to
ones.
start the MGPA. So you've got the isolator switch on the floor by the seat, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fuel switch anywhere? Yeah. Right, okay. So, and which one's the ignition one? The one... Oh, we need a key. Oh, all right then. Oh, well, that helps a lot then, doesn't it? Is the key in the box in Dunlop Mac? Oh, you said it might be in the door pocket.
Yeah, the key here.
Oh yeah, Malcolm's found the key. That's going to help us an awful lot, John, I think.
You couldn't make it up, could you?
Yeah, there's a little bit in it, but we can probably put a bit more. I mean, we're literally just trying to start them and make sure they run all right. So, right, okay. So, interestingly, on this car, we had to have a new steering wheel made.
Yeah.
The old one had completely delaminated, hadn't it? It'd gone
Completely
awful.
gone, yeah.
So
Age
that was
related.
about, what was that? About 250 quid or something,
It
wasn't
wasn't cheap, no.
went off to a specialist and had it redone.
So how long has the car been at the museum?
Well, it's been here as long as I can remember, and I think John thought it had been here 20, 25 years, maybe
Probably
something
since
as
the
much as
museum
that.
opened.
I don't think it actually had started in all that
It was
time.
over there, wasn't it? In the.
It was in the back of Jackson's shed
Yeah.
in the garage.
It says diesel only, but 99% sure it's petrol.
We believe you.
Sniff it.
Doesn't smell of diesel.
It's petrol, isn't it?
Smell of it.
I've got the funnel.
So what do you think's happening, Debbie, or not happening? Is it the fuel's just not getting through?
It appears so, yeah. John said it was very low the last time he ran it, so I suppose it's possible it sucks some muck through.
Okay, so the
Especially as
carburettor's
it's been
needed-
standing. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's the trouble, you know. You're even standing for even a couple of weeks, don't
Yeah,
you? And
yeah.
you have problems, and this has been 4 months near enough.
So this is a typical sort of shakedown, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah,
When it
I mean,
comes
last year we came in July and did the same thing, and we had all sorts of problems, and we had all the cars out in the paddock and that sort of thing, and it took us quite a while to get them going. So we knew it would be a bit of an issue again. I suppose hence the reason why we're here a week or so before they actually need them, so we've got some time to play with. But the other ones worry me a little bit because we've only got just over a month until they probably want to start doing the demos. So, you know, it may be that we have to come in the next few weeks and do a few at a time. And with the aircraft vehicles as well. I mean, Bowser's been standing in the paddock since God knows when, so that probably needs a bit of a run and everything.
No, but it's just
That's the reserve, isn't it?
turning there. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the reserve. So, if it's on reserve, it's still run, right?
Yeah.
If it's on
Yeah.
main, it's
So
still run.
try it on reserve, perhaps. See if that.
Right.
Let me hang on, I'll take this off again. Because we're getting nothing here.
Nothing there, so no.
You have to do this on your MG.
There you go.
Yeah, frequently. Never goes.
Oh, that sounds better,
Oh, there
doesn't
you
it?
go.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Right, let's put that back on.
Oh, that's interesting then.
Yeah.
So what have you done?
There's a knob on here which says reserve and main,
Right.
so that suggests that there's two parts to the fuel tank.
Well, there's two pickups, I think, and one will be higher than the other.
Oh, okay.
So when you're on reserve, you're
Yeah.
Right down the bottom.
right down in the dregs.
Yeah.
So basically, there's not enough fuel in there to pull the
Maybe
fuel
there's not
from the
enough
main.
to.
Switch it on.
Yeah.
See what happens.
So hopefully that will stop now.
It sounds better.
Coming through.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's tripling a bit there. Let's try again.
that's on.
That's on.
That's on.
Right.
Choke or something. No, I think this one opens from the outside. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we have to go that way. This is where the MGM type is at the moment. As you can see, it's a little bit tighter.
wow, yes, of course. And it lives here, not on display. This isn't open for public. Or it is, isn't it? They can
Well,
walk
it had
in.
it. Well, it was, but it's been closed off since we've had the COVID thing. So, because they're worried about people getting stuck in that bit there.
Right, okay.
So it's sort of been hidden away this one for a while. Completely dead spider. Oh, mind the door now. How are you? Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but then I knew that we were probably going to come in and do this.
suppose the battery on the front is
Might be a bit more next week.
well, they won't put 20 minutes show, you have to get some. You end up on the back of the breakdown truck.
Right, this should go because the fuel's on.
This is gravity, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
So
You've done that?
I can't remember how we start this up now. Oh, that's it. That's on.